You have a lot going on, but let's start with Soulfly. So tell me about the new album if you can.
Yeah, we're working on the new record right now. It's going good, man. We're taking our time to do it right. Uh, we are in the process of finishing the recordings right now, and then we're gonna start get stuff mixed, and you start getting finding the songs that are gonna go on all the socials, Spotify and all that jive. But yeah, I'm very proud of the record. Uh, yeah, the record is it's cool. It feels to me it has the adventurous spirit of the first record.
Okay.
Uh, Sonically, it's pretty different from the first record. It's more intricate and um, maybe even heavier grooves. But in terms of spirit and attitude, it's similar to the first record, which I think is cool. That I got to like figure out a way to put my mind back at that time, and what made me create that record and use it again on a new record. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. It's kind of hard to do, but I think it was an exciting um it was an exciting thing to tackle. It was kind of like, let's try to do this. Let's see if you can use your first album as an somehow some kind of inspiration for your 13 record. And that's great, man. I love that. I love that kind of vibe that the record has.
The debut album is how old? Like 30? Can you help me out with
Came
that? How
out in
many?
98. Came out in 98, so it's gonna be yes, the 98, 2008, 18.
27 years old?
Wait, 98, 2008, 2018, 2028. It's gonna be 30 years.
Okay. So yeah, sonically, I would imagine it would sound the sound's going to be incredible on it.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about like this record. I let it's kind of like in a way a return to what me and fans of Soulfly fell in love with Soulfly for. Um, and then throughout the years, many of the other records had a lot of different vibes in it. Some of them went more trashy with stuff like you know Dark Ages, Omen, Conquer. Uh, so to me, making a record that sonically is inspired by the first thing that you did as a band, it was a challenge. There's a challenge in that because it's easier to say that easier said than done. Um, because I don't want to just copy that first record either. There's no point in doing that. I'm just using it as inspiration. It's really just like full on for metal inspiration. The songs itself, they're gonna have their own personality and their own vibe. But it's coming out quite interesting. I'm excited to hear what the fans gonna think about this one.
Okay. Can you divulge a release date or approximate time of release?
Right now, I think we're looking at October. That's what they're talking about, and we do have a European tour that starts in June. It goes from June to late July. We are going to be playing one or two songs of the new record on that tour,
Okay.
which I think is great. Anytime I had the chance to do that, it's been great. Like I remember playing Primitive on the first record tour because I wrote Primitive at the same time I wrote the first Soulfly record. I just couldn't fit in. It was too many songs, and I was like, all right, fuck it. I don't need another song on this record. Um, but then we went on tour, and I got a chance to play the song Primitive live before the Primitive record came out. and so that people got a taste of the second record coming up, so it's kind of similar kind of thing, like people get a taste of this album a little bit before, especially this day and age with the internet. People are going to get it on YouTube, they're going to watch it, and they're going to feel the record before we start hitting before October at least.
So as you as a songwriter, when you write you have a new song and then you take them on tour and that album has to be released, do you use that to kind of see how the crowd reaction is, how they plays live? You have to go back and do any refinements to the song to make it, I guess, just flow better live. Do you do something like that?
It's like that, but if you have like a sense of security, that song is strong enough, and I kind of had that with Primitive, and I have that the same security with these songs, that I don't really think I'm gonna like. I don't think I play them live and be like, oh, we need to change this whole fucking thing because nobody likes it. It's not gonna happen, man. And, and the main reason why, because if you love Soulfly, you're gonna love these songs. That's just how it is. It's kind of like, uh, you know, when it comes to music, I'm kind of selfish. I play the music I want to hear, and a lot of times it happens that my taste in music becomes similar to the taste music of my fans. So we all end up liking it anyway, and that's cool. I like that. So I'm not trying to do something outside the box or create something that's never been done before. Like, nah, none of that. It's more about, yeah, I love Soulfly. I love what it does, and let's do that. But do that the best way possible. Like all the way through, and it's cool. Like playing live like that, like almost like a trial by fire. You play, and they never heard it, they don't know a word of it, and they get you here live first. It's cool for both. It's cool for them, and it's cool for us as musicians to watch the reaction live.
Yeah, you kind of touched on it a couple minutes ago, but you're going to be touring with Soulfly and Nailbomb this summer. Where are you going and for how long?
So yeah, the Soulfly is June and July, all over Europe, bunch of festivals. We're doing Grass Pop and um, Copenhagen and a bunch of other really cool European festivals. And then Nailbomb is about 2 to 3 weeks in August. Um, Only playing Point Blank, the first record. And that's killer. I love that record. It's going to be so much fun playing that live right now. It's going to be fucking awesome. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy summer, man. I'm looking forward to get back at the road, back at the you know, jump back in the crazy circus
On
that
the other
is
side of the pond, yeah.
A Max Cavalera tour.
And are you allowed to say what the band lineups are going to be for both bands?
We're still working on a bass player right now. That's the only thing. So we're gonna have Zion playing drums and Mikey DeLeon playing guitars. We just haven't finished figuring out the bass player, but we'll have it figured out by the time we go on tour.
Okay. So what else did you have on your creative plate right now? Like between, in addition to what you just told me, between Soulfly and Nailbomb, but more so with Cavalera Conspiracy and Go Ahead and Die.
So right, yeah, Go Ahead Guy's doing a show in LA on the 29th at this 1720 warehouse, I think it's called. Very cool underground spot, and it's with a bunch of really cool underground bands like Jade Helm and Goetia and Healing Magic, Blistering Rot. Um, that's cool. That's where I Go Ahead and Die lives anyway. It loves the underground, loves the fucking the the shittier the venue, the better the show type attitude. put put us in the worst venue and we get the greatest show ever. It's great. It's great for Go Ahead and Die. And then Cavalera, we're doing Chaos AD, man, in September. That'll be fucking great. I'm so excited for that.
Where's that going to be at?
That's in the US. It hasn't been announced yet, but it's gonna be
Okay.
sometime. sometime in the US. Yeah.
All right. So I got wind of that you have both Soulfly and Cavalera Conspiracy branded coffees via concept co- conceptcafes.com. How did this come about?
Yeah, they approached us and wanted to do a special line of coffee with us, and they sent me some of their samplers. It was like the Cannibal Corpse coffee. I thought that was fucking great. You know, all these zombies and shit on a coffee. It looked fucking cool. So we made it a Blood Brothers one that me and Igor zombie look alike on the thing. Kind of look like the Walking Dead version of Max and Igor. Uh, and then the Soulfly one was great because it was, I think it's made by a like indigenous woman of the South and Central America, and
Oh,
and it
really?
tastes amazing. And it tastes it's a really cool company, like doing really cool stuff. And you know, I don't get too much involved with that. That's totally like my wife's area. The manage, she's like the managing force, and she finds all these things. But I just think it's cool, like branching out to other things like coffee and alcohol and whatever it is, weed, soft drinks. You know, more than just music, man. It's cool. This world we're living in, there's a lot of that going on, and I think it's cool. If I was a kid and I could buy Venom coffee when I was listening to
Oh.
Venom, fuck yeah, I would have done it, and I would have loved it, and I would have started my day with the Venom coffee every day. You know, so it's cool that this generation gets to do things like this. You know.
So this may be the dumbest question anybody's ever asked you, but are you a big coffee drinker?
I am. I am. I do like it a lot. Uh, the taste and for the energy that gives you, you know, for sure. Sometimes, a lot of times, you know, you hit a espresso right before you do a show. It's worse magic, man. Better than Red Bull, by the way. Healthier than Red Bull.
And other than you already told me that you had the Cannibal Corpse branded one. Have you tried any of the others yet?
Yeah, so they sent us the Motorhead one. I thought that was great. We are trying to work on for Chaos, for the Chaos tour. You know, I joke with them. I say, you should do Chaos espresso, man. Fuck yeah. You drink espresso, shot of Chaos, and you fucking ready for the day, you know? Come at me today. I got Chaos coffee.
So
Let's see
now
if
I
that
got.
happens to be cool.
I'm hoping that I'll get to try the Motorhead along with the branded ones for Cavalera and the Soulfly one. Or do you know if they come in different type of roasts, like bold or medium roast?
I think they do. They even have like the cans, which you can like you buy at you can buy like at a gas station, you know, the cold brew they call it.
Uh huh.
There's all kinds of different things that I love the artwork too. That's another thing. That's what kind of got me hooked was the artwork because I saw the Cannibal Corpse artwork. I was like, fucking, that's amazing. That's so cool. Um, and then they did the Blood Brothers one. Uh, and I even got it here. They got the Soulfly one.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean that'd be a cool album cover. Just that. That's cool.
There you
Uh,
go.
they got some good artists. They're good, man. They're good company. The people running are awesome. They come to the shows. They hang out with us. It's definitely a cool thing.
That's cool. So now, is it easy having so many family members play alongside you in bands? And does the family dynamic change, or is it more like kind of like the Partridge Family style?
I wouldn't say easier, more trust
Okay.
because they're your blood, and you know, you can like more kind of like feel a little bit more less stressed. Um, you know, playing with family members. You know, now I have a band with my brother and my son playing Cavalera, and I got Soulfly. I got my son Zion, and Richie is doing good with Inside. So it's a full on. Yeah, we're the you know the Partridge family of metal, the Osmonds of metal. You know, the cool thing though it's organic, man. It was not created in some fucking fancy LA studio by some rich guy, you know. This is created by
Yeah,
life.
yeah, it's
Life
not forced on you.
no, no. Life created the family, the Cavalera family, and we are unique and very we are we're different from each other. And I try to like leave it like that. I don't tell Zion like how you should dress up to being Soulfly. You gotta wear black, like none of that shit. Wear whatever the fuck you want. Be yourself. Um, as long as you're playing good, you know. That's kind of like my own. I mean, as a musician, I'm very kind of the captain of the ship. So I'm very a little bit of a crack the whip.
You're
You gotta be good.
you're the jefe.
You gotta be good, man. You gotta be good. You
Yeah.
can't fuck around. You can't fuck around. So um, as long as that has that fire, that attitude, and I'm not even talking about being good technically, because that I don't give a fuck about that. Growing up as a punk mentality person, for me, a band is 90% attitude, 10% technical, and that counts more than anything else.
So now you've been living in Phoenix, Arizona for a long time. What makes Phoenix
That's
home to you?
well, I fell in love with the desert right when I first came here in the late 80s, early 90s. I love it's a valley, Phoenix is surrounded by mountains like a valley, so it reminds me of my city in Brazil called Belo Horizonte. But I also fell in love with the desert. There's something about the desert. The vibration is different. It's mystical. It's exotic. You know. Uh, so like I joke with people. I say the desert is where you find all the riffs because I find riffs in the desert all the time. The desert is a
So
is, is a riff inspiration. Uh, I get inspired by living in Arizona by itself. I even wrote a song called Superstition on the last record, and it was mainly inspired by the Superstition Mountains area where
mhm.
the
Lost
flying
Dutchman
Dutch,
gold mine, yeah.
yeah, gold mines, ghosts, all that shit. It's cool. And visit those places too, man. We do a lot of hiking and we go to like a lot of lakes here and we go to a lot of the tribal territories, all the Navajo lands. We do a lot of shows in Yuma and Tuba City. I love it. I love that era, that part of America. It's fascinating to me. It's so fucking beautiful.
So I'm gonna give you a little nugget here. I was at your first show that Sepultura ever played at the Mason Jar, and I think that was like 1989 or 90, 89, I think, or 90.
Right.
Do you remember that show?
That one in particular, no. I remember the tour. It was a US tour with a band called Fate or Fear.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and we played a bunch of like different kind of places, but a lot of it small places like that, which was great.
But I was at that show, and I remember you guys going on stage, and I remember your gear most of all. I remember you had I, it was I think you were playing a strap guitar, and it was held together by duct tape. Like everything, all your gear was broken and busted. And I remember that, there's stickers all over the guitars, and I could tell it's like that's the gear that you guys formed, that you love, that you wrote all these songs on, and that's what you brought. And I remember being so impressed, but it wasn't, because you know how musicians are, and they check out each other's gear, and they're like, wow, look at that beat up gear. And it was how you guys played. You blew the roof off the mason jar that day. It wasn't about what you had in front of you. It was how you played it and how you executed it. And I'll never forget that moment ever.
Again, that's the attitude thing I talk about. That's like the main thing. Uh, I don't know. Like to me, that's kind of like that was our thing. You just plug it in live
Yeah.
band, just us against the world. Let's fucking go. Let's do it. And like you say, with shitty gear, you know, with crappy gear. Um, because brand new gear not gonna make you a better musician, man. That's a fucking false reality. Actually, the
True.
opposite. The older beat up guitar you have, the more soul you have, the more connection with that instrument you have, because it's been to war with you. You know, the thing has the thing has been in the trenches with you, so you can trust that motherfucker.
And one more question: what are your favorite haunts in Phoenix?
Favorite what?
Haunts. What are some of your favorite haunts in Phoenix? Places that you like to go to.
Well, I really enjoy a lot of the hikes we do. There's one hike right by my house here, so it's a 10-minute walk from my house. I do that all the time. In fact, I went all the way up there one time, and there was a rock, and I carved like these three crosses with a knife on the rock, and I took a picture of it, and it became featured on our third record, Soulfly 3. Was a
Okay.
picture of this place. My son always they go hiking with me all the time, and it's kind of like many places. Camelback is a great hike. I personally love Flagstaff and Sedona. Those are probably my top two favorite places in Arizona.
Okay. And actually, I lied. I got one question. That's it. Is where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Um, yeah, doing the same shit I've been doing the last 40 years. You know, old habits die hard. Uh, because to me, that is you know, having a purpose in life, man. Having a purpose, like why you get up, you get off the bed every morning. Having plans, you know. Remember John Lennon said, "Life is what happened to you when you're making plans." You know, that's cool. That's true. Making plans, creating shit, uh, going after dreams, whatever it is. The dreams change, the goalposts change from year to year, from time to time. But to me, like all this talk about retirement and all this shit, no man, that shit ain't for me. Like I'll be a miserable retired person. In fact, I think I'll get in trouble. I'll probably like go rob a liquor store if I was retired, because I guess I'll get so bored. I need to do something exciting, you know. So it's a good thing that I stay active in music. It's good for society.
All right. Hey, Matt, it was great talking to you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to speak to Metal Underground, and have a great tour. And looking
Thank you,
forward to the
brother.
new Soulfly album.
Appreciate you, man. Take care. All
You
right.
too. Talk to you later.